Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to this special edition of the Morning Coffee Live Show. I wanted to get on with this special message that God laid it upon my heart to share during this time of the COVID-19, of everything that's happening in our world today. And God has really impressed on my heart that during this time, especially those of you with children, this is the time for you to be training your children. You know, the Bible tells us to train up a child in the way that they should go. And a lot of times, we read that scripture and, sometimes you can be so familiar with the scripture that you don't really stop to take time to stop and really get the meat of what that scripture is about. But just some things that he was sharing with me today. Right now, everybody can see that our world is changing. The world is different. For many of us, this is our first time experiencing something like this, where a virus or a disease is just running rapid in our nation. And some of us may even be, freaking out or panicking or losing control. And this is definitely not the time to do that. You have to remember that your children are watching you. Your children are watching how you're responding. They're watching how you are maneuvering through the situation. We have to be that example for them as Christians, as Christian parents. You definitely want to show them that during a time like this is a time where the family comes together and pray. Do what the word says to do, where there's two or more gathered, to show them that this faith and everything that we preach and teach to them, that we really believe this. So that's important. For many of us, when we were growing up, our grandparents were the ones that we saw praying and showing. A lot of us right now are riding off of the prayers from our grandparents. And so we have to make sure that we are leaving that legacy for our children and our children's children. We have to keep the legacy going. Keep that prayer going. It's an unfortunate time. There are many people that we've lost many casualties in this war. I'll say it that way because that's how I like to look at life. We've lost, sometimes you're going to lose casualties along the way. We know that when there's a war that's going on, but just remember that our children are watching us and they're looking to us for answers and to be the example of what to do. And one thing I want to encourage you to do, I know many of them are at this time doing homeschooling situation. As much as you can, keep your children on the schedule. Let them know that even though what's going on around us, we're not going to let that affect what we have on the inside. We're going to stick to the course, which is to learn or to strategize or whatever it is the course is to finish it. We have to be mindful of that. Like, don't just let them lay around and do nothing, because what you're teaching them is, when something comes and interrupt what you have going on, it's okay to succumb to that situation and stop your plans. And that's not going to work, because what you're going to do is set them up that every time they try to move forward and something come, you'll cause them to halt instead of teaching them to move forward. So this was just quick. I hope that this blessed you today. Just be mindful of your children. I know it's a lot going on and we're trying to figure it out. I'm not a parent, but I'm an aunt, and I kind of co-parent with a lot of people. I've had a daycare for years and just always assisted parents with their children, so I know a lot about children to not be a parent. And it doesn't matter. I don't have to be a parent for God to give me a word for parents. But just be mindful that your children are watching. Don't lose control and be in the house cursing and fighting with your spouse, because your children are watching. Try to keep a routine schedule because your children are watching. And turn off the news. Don't just sit there and let them watch that stuff. And I had to catch myself with that, because my 5-year-old nephew knows everything about the coronavirus. He knows some stuff that I don't know. So just be mindful of what you're letting get in their spirits. Confess Psalms 91 with them. Teach them how to get up and pray. Teach them that when there's a war going on, this is how you suit up. This is what you do. This is how you move forward. This is how you trust God. So I trust that this message blessed you. I know that it did, because this was from the Lord. So this is not from me. Y'all have a great, amazing day, okay?